Welcome back, everybody. Now we managed to catch up with our next artist on a different day, and that is Nikita Kering. She's a 17-year-old award-winning singer and songwriter who was also just recently named one of Kotex's She Can Awards honorees,
yeah.
right? And she just released a new single called Tragedy, which if you haven't watched, you're slacking because there's over 100,000 views there. So come on, chop chop, guys. That's just so powerful. So welcome.
Thank you so much.
You sound. Oh, let's first get into your voice, okay? Because you sound like a mix between Adele and like this soulful, like Ella Fitzgerald type woman, and it's coming from like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much practice that went to it.
Yeah,
it didn't just come overnight.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's so much fun. Yeah.
Right. So before we even get into who Nikita is and even talking about your new single, I have some quick fire questions for you.
Okay.
Random.
I'm so bad at fire questions.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Well, you only have a couple seconds to go for it, but
Okay.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Okay.
First one. Who was the last person you texted?
My manager.
Oh, that's easy. Funny, the last two girls, it was their boyfriends. I was like, is there a trend here? Should we? Okay, if you had to pick one thing to eat for 2 weeks straight, what would it be?
Ugali and spinach.
Really?
Imagine, only if I make it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, so you cook too?
Yeah, I do.
Alrighty, okay.
Yeah.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Keith Powers.
Oh, okay. If you had to pick between Beyonce and Adele.
Ah, Beyonce. Anytime.
First of all, I didn't even finish it. I love it. That's it. We're done even with the quick fire questions. I love that you didn't even wait for me to finish.
No, I didn't, because I feel
question.
okay, Adele is amazing, but Beyonce, I think she has so much to offer. Yeah.
It's like a package.
I know.
Like
yeah.
you.
Oh.
Right, so tell me about your love for music. I know you started singing when you were 3 years old.
Yeah.
Which it just is incredible. Like at 3, is it that you could hold a note? Do you even remember singing? Or?
No, I don't. My mom just told me.
Okay.
But I think from there, actually what happened is that I was at was it like a shop or something? Then I started singing, and then someone heard me, and then they were like, oh my God, take your daughter for voice lessons. And then that's just where it started.
At 3?
Yeah.
A stranger?
Yeah.
Wait, at 3 years old you were taking voice lessons?
No.
Oh.
They said that I should take voice lessons. Then
Okay.
when I started school, my teachers just started teaching me music. Yeah.
Right. And did you know from a young age that this is what you wanted to pursue? Or was it just a hobby for you?
Okay, those days you'd never hear oh, your neighbor is taking a music course, or this person is doing this. So for me it was something I'll do for fun. But when it started getting serious and when I started performing at events and stuff is when I decided that it's gonna be a career.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say you were performing at events, how old? Because you're already 17. I'm just how
I started performing my
7.
Yeah.
And were they church events,
Not
family
just church,
functions,
weddings and stuff like that.
Strangers
Yeah.
would ask you to come and perform at their wedding?
No, they'd hear me performing. Let's say you come to my aunt's wedding.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, you should come to my wedding and sing like that. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
From age 7.
From 7, then now at that time I wasn't a public figure. It was
Okay.
just through connections and stuff.
Right.
But now at 9, when I had my first interview at Citizen, is now when I started getting into it. Then now recently is when I decided to start doing my own music. Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
So tell me who's been your mentor through, or who have been your mentors through this journey, and what would you say are some of the biggest lessons that you've gotten? And I ask this because you're only 17.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're already making such big moves and leaving your mark in the music industry in the country, and I bet that you do have people around you who help guide you. So
yeah, definitely. I have. She's called Millie Chebet. She's a producer for probably so many shows you've watched in Kenya.
Yeah.
Along with her husband Terence.
Okay.
We've worked with them just to just know more stuff about the industry. But for me personally, who's walked with me throughout the whole thing is my mom, because she knows way more than I do in terms of the industry. She knows she's not the typical. I don't think she's the typical mom.
how so?
Because as much as she knows Adele and she knows Beyonce.
Yeah.
She's what steps can we take to get you there, you know?
Right.
Yeah, because like I didn't get the PMV or the Cortex thing by just laying around and doing nothing. It's with her guidance. Yeah.
She's a momager.
A momager,
Like Chris Jenner,
yeah.
which we all know that if you have the right momager, you are set for life.
But I'm telling you, like if you have the wrong one, it could also go really badly. But that's not me.
Yeah. Oh, bless.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the singles that you've released. I know in 2018 you released. Is it Happy with You? Happy with You.
October.
In October last year.
Yeah.
2018.
So, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Okay. First, Happy with You. So many people ask me like, oh, who's the song about and stuff. I don't have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And the song for me was just okay. I write so many songs, like maybe like 20 songs in like a month.
Oh.
So yeah, but like I don't like get all of them out. So when I just sat down and I wrote Happy with You, I was like in my mind I was like, someone who's happy with someone or someone who loves someone, like how can I write a song that they listen to and just feel like, you know, feel like they understand everything I mean and they feel what I'm singing.
Yeah.
So that's how the lyrics just developed. And I wasn't just doing it for myself, I was doing it for everyone else who's listening.
Right.
Yeah.
So how much of your music is dictated by your own personal love for art versus what you think others would like to hear?
Okay. A lot of the stuff that isn't out is probably about me.
All right.
Yeah, because like sometimes you write things and you're like, oh no,
those are the juicy ones.
Those
I
are
wish we could have.
Yeah, but you can't.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I think as we go on, that stuff will come out. And you know, we live in an industry where you have a brand that you have to follow.
Right.
And while writing my music, I have to have that in mind. So that's how I'm progressing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how would you describe your kind of music and your brand?
Well, for me, what I want through my music to show people is that like, just because you're in Kenya, it doesn't mean you have to live in a box. Because a lot of people from the Western world just think Kenya is, sad to say, but like just people who are starving and like, because I've heard a lot of people, they're like, they say really hurtful stuff. And I just wanted to show people that through my music, you can be international standard here and in the States or in the UK or whatever. They could listen to our music and be like, this is like amazing quality. And I just needed to show people that you don't have to live in this box that people have created for you. Because I talk to so many producers and directors and they're like, you should probably start doing kapuka. That's how you get into the industry. Then when you're successful is when you'll do the stuff that you want. But that's not me, and I'm not going to listen to that. Because I know when I write, stuff like Happy With You and stuff like Tragedy is what comes to mind first, and that's what I stick with.
Right.
Yeah.
So Nikita, I have to ask this. Given that you're 17 years old, what do you do to make sure that you've got your feet on the ground? Because this industry, not only is it eager to try and take as much from you, whether it's in the form of like stories or trying to know what you're doing, but it also means that you have a fan base that's constantly like loving on you, and there's an outpour of love, and there's a fear that it could sort of get to your head. So what do you do to make sure that you're grounded? And is that is that something that you think about?
Yeah,
or?
definitely,
Okay.
definitely. And so many people around me ask me that. One thing that people don't realize is that as much as I haven't released music for a while, I've been in this industry more than a lot of people. Literally, since I was 9 and until now, that's 8 years of being in the industry. And so I've grown. I've known how it is to be at the start when no one knows you, you know? And I think that's really important because every time I'm with people and with fans and people, I have to think, a few years back I didn't have this. So while I have it, how can I appreciate it the best way I can? And that's how I think of just giving it back and giving back the love without feeling proud or anything like that, because that's not me.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just how I keep it together. And plus, when it comes to now the industry wanting to just know everything about you, I'm literally the most secretive person ever. Yeah. So people won't know things if I don't want them to know. Right. To be honest. Yeah.
And I think it's healthy to
I think
have those
definitely,
boundaries.
and it's only like your family and your closest friends who who will know these
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And for me, I'm not like the person to flaunt everything I have.
Right.
So if I need something low key, it will stay low key.
It will stay
yeah,
low-key. I love
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
So, Tragedy,
Yeah.
your latest single,
Yeah.
just released about a week ago now,
Yes.
and has over 100,000 views. You
Yeah.
have to watch it. It is incredible.
Thank
You're
you.
playing the piano. You look stunning.
Thank you.
And you're talking about domestic violence,
Yeah.
gender-based violence.
Yeah.
So, how did this topic come to you, and why was it important for you to share it in your music?
For me, unlike a lot of people, when I look at music and when I think of music, I don't just think of the fun part and just listening and enjoying your time. I think of it like I've been given a gift, I've been blessed with a gift, so how can I impact people? I want to leave this world having impacted people's lives. And so when I'm writing my music, I wrote Happy With You to make lovers feel, or someone who loves someone just to feel happy. But when I wrote Tragedy, I want someone who's going through that experience to feel like it's okay to reach out and it's okay to leave such a relationship. And I feel like attacking, because not a lot of people sing about domestic violence. When I Google it, you don't see a lot of songs talking about domestic violence. And so when I sat down to write this song, the song at first, it wasn't about domestic violence, honestly. It was about just feeling down and stuff. But when I started to think about, so what's going on in this world that I think I should tackle? And I was like, yeah, domestic violence. And I didn't want to like take the approach of going, stop domestic violence. No. I didn't want to go to that way, I wanted to get into people's souls and have them feel like fly, butterfly, so that they can feel like it's okay to leave such a situation. And when I'm writing my music, I have such deep thoughts, and I'm like, if this song was played to me, would I feel like it's reaching out to me? And that's how I come to write such stuff. Yeah.
I got emotional watching Tragedy. I did. Yeah, and I've watched it several times. And I have to say, it's incredible that a 17-year-old would choose to use her platform to advocate for something that's devastating a lot of people's lives.
And it's going crazy right now. And plus, I just wanted also to show people that, to be honest, like age, as long as you have the mental capacity to think about something, then you can speak out about it. It doesn't matter how old, because I know if I could release music when I was 13, this could have still been something I could talk about, You could talk about anything. And I feel like this is just a way to show other 17-year-olds that you don't need to be 20 to speak of these things. You don't need to, you don't need to be here to talk about things that are like, and
that also, even though it's okay to talk about makeup and boys and love, you can also talk about something
other
that
things,
is,
exactly.
that's deep,
Because I'll talk about these
deeper.
other things later on when I'm singing. But I want people at the back of their minds to know that this is a teenager who cares about what's going on in the world.
I love that. I love that. All right, thank you so much, Nikita. I know the audience is interested to see what it is that we've been talking about and just to hear your latest single, Tragedy. So I'm going to ask you to intro it. But first, bye everybody, thanks for watching, and thank you to Parkin by Radisson as well, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Now, listen to Nikita. Actually, I'll let you intro it. Go on, girl, go on.
So this is a sneak peek of Tragedy. Fly, butterfly, don't let him get to your heart and your smile. He's not in love with you, he's just a lie. He's just a lie. You make me feel lost.
All right. Thank you for watching. I think we're gonna insert the video too, just a little bit. But thank you so much. That was so. Your voice, it's butter. It's beautiful.
It's butter.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank
All
you for
right.
having me.
Oh no, it's such a pleasure. Here's like a little sneak peek. I don't know if we'll show the whole video. If not, you should watch it on YouTube. But if we do have the video, then we're gonna play it here. Bye, everybody.